who's going to be running the world in 20 years? AI has the ability to create stable dictatorships in perpetuity. And money won't be super relevant in the future. The idea of a super app. If you look at WeChat, it's the everything app. Falling for the traps of the illusion. I'm living in the future. AI, systems, bro. One of the co-founders of OpenAI, in an interview, he said, AI has the ability to create stable dictatorships in perpetuity. So imagine a Hitler dictatorship with AI and perpetuity, where nothing gets missed. And that's the power of AI. Data collection, compartmentalization, and the ability to bring up a result in real time, shuffling through all the noise in the data of billions of people and bringing it to you in your face. That's the power of AI. That's how you're going to control society. So you can either operate under the premise of what every NPC does, which is be bound to the rules of the Jones plantation, or you can just say, I'm going to be a free man and I'm going to figure it out. And then you realize you leave the plantation and you're free. And it's actually great. Yeah. And you don't allow fear of other people's decisions, of other people's understanding of the system to dictate how you operate. So when you operate in a different dimension and you think things differently and you operate and you understand pattern recognition, you don't play in the present, you play in the future. And money won't be super relevant in the future. Influence, how we have it today, content-wise, I don't think will be as relevant in the future. Communities will be relevant, in-person connections, skills in the real world, these things will matter. And that's kind of what I'm building and talking about.
You talk a lot about pattern recognition, and you've referenced in the past that you looked to China. You had some early access to TikTok Shop, what they were building there. What other trends do you notice, or narratives, you could say, in China that are going to be in our near future?
So everything in China rolls out 2 to 3 years, maybe 4 years before it rolls out in the West, for most part. A lot of these social apps. The next big thing that I believe is going to be westernized, or a concept that's coming from China, is this idea of a super app. If you look at WeChat, it's the everything app.
Yeah.
You get cars, social media, payments, rental agreements, contracts, everything is happening on that platform. Your social credit score is also on that platform. So if you don't have a good credit score with the government, you can't utilize certain services like private or public transport. You can't use certain things like higher level education. You can't access medicine. Why? Because, well, you're not good part of society.
When did that roll out in China?
A couple of years. Yeah, it's incremental rollouts, and now they've already rolled out CBDCs, right? Central bank digital currency. So how do you roll out a central bank digital currency? Well, you have to force it. Who do you force it upon first? Your pawns. So instead of paying people in yuan, now you're just going to pay them in digital yuan. They don't have a choice.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Say no? Well, you have already given them, just download this app, introduce CBDC instantly, right? So automatically just introduce a virus through the people that are dependent on you. And I understand it. Like if you don't have money and this system is telling you, hey, we'll give you money, provide for you, you'll be like, okay, sounds good, I'll do it. So everything that's rolling out in the China's rolling out as well in the West, and we see it right now with Elon creating an alternative system with X. Is it benevolent, or are we just getting played? Right? So when you begin to look at X, you begin to connect that with Neuralink, you begin to connect that with Starlink, you begin to connect that with Tesla, you begin to connect that with Gronk, and you begin to put it all together. You're like, wow, this is an alternative system that is privatized, and it's the perfect techno-feudalistic state whereby you lose all of your rights because you only have rights as a nation. You have your rights as a citizen, but you don't have rights on the platform. So if everything becomes digitalized and that platform becomes the end all be all, that platform becomes what? The distribution gatekeeper to what? Your life.